my name's Corey Egan. I'm with a company called Flywater. And I'm here to talk to you today about putting willows in the ground for a stream restoration project.
There are many benefits to planting willow stakes in stream bank areas that are susceptible to erosion. Not only will the willows stabilize the stream bank, but they will also provide habitat and food for birds, insects, fish, and other wildlife. We will now take a look at how to harvest and install willow stakes step by step.
First step one in doing this is to identify a source of the willows. This source should be somewhat close to the project if possible, and be a willow that's somewhat in proximity of the river itself. That lets you know that it has a good high probability of taking. Now we're at our source of willows. We found some willows that there's a pretty good stand here, and we can take some out. Again, take about 20% here and look for stems that are between pinky and thumb size. And as you can see, the leaves are still on, but the timing of this project doesn't allow for them to go dormant. We need to get these willows in now while we're working. So I'm gonna go harvest some. Size, cut at a 45-degree angle, snip it clean. There's one.
After harvesting the willow stakes, gather them into manageable bundles and soak them prior to planting. This encourages more root growth from the stakes. You may need to weigh the bundles down with a rock.
So now we're at the location where we're going to install the willows. We've decided that this area is someplace that would benefit from willow transplants and staking to help slow down or protect this bank from further erosion. And we've got a water source right here being the river. And what you can do is you can use other references around. As I look around the creek here, I see willows over here and whatnot, and they're about at X elevation coming on into here. If you also know the creek and its tendencies, you can ask yourself, well, where does that creek usually rise up to in runoff? If this creek gets this high in typical annual runoff, that's a good place to hit it, because the willows can be inundated for a period of time, just not for a very, very long period of time. I've got some rebar here, a little bit larger, about the size of my thumb. We've just bent it so it's easier to pound on, and then one side has been cut to be an angle, like a chisel point. And I'll just start to go into here in this area and pound some holes. Sometimes you run into rocks, and sometimes you get lucky and don't hit anything. And then you gotta stir the pot, make that hole big enough. Then you can take your willows and start to work those down into that hole.
After placing the willow stakes, backfill the holes with a slurry of water and soil. Fill the entire hole and compact it lightly to create a smooth, finished surface. For more information, please visit the Regional Stream Recovery and Stewardship Handbook YouTube channel or contact your local Watershed Coalition.